The rest of the fastening will happen when I screw on the gable caps. Cut the upturn along the bend line of the nose and reshape it to the face of the birdstop. Place the end cap and mark the end disc where it'll notch over the birdstop. And then you'll need to cut and fold the end disc so that it will fit against the birdstop and the fascia. This closes in the gap between the end disc and the fascia, and from the ground it will look neat and complete, and all the unfinished cuts will be hidden. Fasten the barrel cap through its side, just above where it sits on that ledge on the rake metal. Then screw down into the 2x2 on top of the cap. Lay these just like this all the way up to the ridge. When you get to the top, use your soapstone and mark the angle to the center of the ridge. Most of the miter in these top gable caps will get covered up by the end cap of the ridge. These barrels tend to flatten out a little bit when you cut off the back flange, so you've got to reshape them once your miter cuts are complete before you screw them on. Now set the end cap over the mitered gable caps and mark it for cutting to fit over those gable caps. I'm using an end disc as a template, and trace the shape of the cutout we'll make on both sides. If you make these cutouts to just the right depth, then the end caps will sit down properly on the ridge boards. Center the cap and fasten it to the ridge boards. Once the end cap is in place, you can complete the caps along the ridge, screwing them in all on one side first, and then on the other to keep the line nice and straight. Before you finish out the chimney, you should apply caulking around the top of the bend dubs where the tiles meet the chimney walls. To finish out the front of the chimney, you can use the top course metal as what we call a head wall flashing. You need to finish the ends by leaving just enough material so that you can fold down closings at the end that will go right down to the tile beneath. This flashing is a decorative piece that will create a straight line for the siding or stucco to lap onto. I've cut and tabbed these corners so that I can use stitch screws to hold them together. On the sides and the back of the chimney, install the Z-bar metal. On new construction, you install this Z-bar all the way around the chimney, including the front, before you install the tiles. Any siding or other exterior treatment laps over the top part of the Z-bar. Then you tuck the tile bend up under the lower part of the Z-bar. If the Z-bar goes on before the tiles do, then the other trades can complete their work without getting a chance to damage the roof tiles.